The bears try to pull back, but the bulls won't have it. Is it off to the races? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the bears tried to pull back yesterday and break the 4,000 level, but the bulls weren't having it and pushed it back toward the highs. The NASDAQ actually pushed over yesterday's high, and now we sit in an interesting position where the bulls have the opportunity to run directly higher. I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as always, we talk about our room and what we're doing, and we are very successful. I've posted our yearly results. They were plus 21% against a negative 17% market. We are helping people learn to trade and make money and finally see a green account against a market that is raging red. So if you'd like to be part of that, please stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and we made a couple little tweaks here because as we had this originally counted, this here was all of green wave 1, and it still may be. We're not over the high here yet, and we do have the opportunity to complete an ABC lower. So as it looks right now with the depth of the pullback and NASDAQ moving over its high, I am going to count this as wave 3, with this being a wave 4 pullback and pushing higher in wave 5, which would give us the negative divergence we would look for on that high, and then we'd look for that wave 2 pullback. So you'd have wave 1 up, wave 2 down, 3, 4, and then 5 up into this area. And that would be this 40.75 to 40.80 area, and that would be our primary count for right now. It's not a very confident count, as we are kind of in a limbo area here. We are kind of in a no man's land, and until they make a decision, we're kind of in between 3 areas. So our primary for right now is going to be that this was wave 4 down, and they're trying to push to wave 5. The reason I don't like this count that much, and I'm not super confident in it, is the move off of this low right here that I have marked as the A, okay, is very choppy and overlapping. So it doesn't generally lend itself to a new high when that happens. Usually it's a B wave, and that brings us to our second count. So our secondary count, or our alternate count, would be that we are getting our wave 2 pullback as expected. We have wave A down, we have B up. Now they have pushed over the 764, but just barely, and then sold off a little bit from there. So right in that range of a B wave, it's at the top end of it, but still in the B wave range. And then we have C down, okay, that would target about the 39.89 to 39.77 area for our wave 2 pullback. And we have a lot of support in that area from the other day where they chopped across and created this bull flag before pushing higher. So it does make sense that they would pull back into this area to get support and bounce from there. Now they can push it much lower. We did have support all the way down toward the 39.30 area, but the target for the C wave down here is in that 39.90 to 39.77 area, which coincides with this support that you would have right here. So our alternate count is that it's an A, B, C down, and then we would start wave 3 of 3 higher, and that would look like a breakout over this high that we had in wave 3, and ultimately over the pivot at 40.90, as well as the 1.0 extension at 41.50. So that is what we would look for at that point. The break over 40.90 would be a strong indication if we get that C wave down and then move up that we are in wave 3 of 3 towards 4,200. The final count, and the one I like the least, is also an alternate count here, and that is that we got all of our wave 2 down right here, and we're already starting in wave 3. Now, the reason I hate that is it's less than a 382. We need generally a minimum of a 382 for a wave 2. Remember, Elliott Wave is an art as much as it is a science, so sometimes you don't get exact numbers that you're looking for, but they didn't quite get to the 382 level, which is a minimum retrace that we would want to see for that wave 2. So I don't love this count as this being all of wave 1, this green wave 1, and this wave 2 being right here, and then us already breaking out in wave 3. However, if they do continue to push higher and break directly over 40.90, it is a very strong indication that we are in wave 3 already and on our way toward that 4,200 level from there. So few different counts here because of how this traded. It was a little bit of a weird day. But right now, you know, you still got that AB set up. The only reason I have made this wave 5 my primary count is that the NASDAQ made a new high, and very often the ES will follow that. Could be that the NASDAQ needed to catch up. It was a little bit behind, so they made another high while the ES didn't, and we just have the ABC, and they correct in a step from there. So those are the 3 counts we're tracking on the ES. Again, the 4-5 setup up toward about 40.80. The ABC setup down toward about down toward the 39.90 to 39.77 area, and then the direct move higher that breaks directly over 40.90, sending us toward 4,200 sooner rather than later. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, as you can imagine, pretty similar counts on the NASDAQ, except the NASDAQ made a new high, which changes things from the ES quite a bit. So the NASDAQ, okay, would have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1, and that's how we're counting this as the primary. And then we would look for an ABC down, okay, for our wave 2 at that point, and that should be in about the 11,600 area for support on the move down, which also coincides with this support here that we got from the other day. So we would look for a move down to that level, and then we would look for a breakout in wave 3 higher. But remember, it's not going to be a direct move higher, because if this is wave 1, then we still need a 1 of 3. So we get 1 of 3, then you get a 2 of 3, and then you get the breakout. Okay, so the NASDAQ has a much cleaner setup since it made the new high. It's a lot more defined than the ES. So we would be looking for that ABC pullback, which would coincide with the pullback on the ES or on the S&P futures, and then look for that move higher. Now, the alternate in the NASDAQ is also the same as ES in the fact that we would count this as a wave 2 here, but I like it even less here because it didn't even hit the 236. It's a very, very shallow pullback for a wave 2. It's something I wouldn't put much stock in, which is why I don't like that count on either chart. But it is possible that we got wave 2 and it was very shallow, and we start wave 3 directly higher. A move directly over that 1283 area would be 12,083 area would be an indication that we could be on our way in that breakout. But as of right now, I do expect to see a pullback first before that breakout happens. So the NASDAQ is a little bit different in the fact that we made a new high. So we only have 2 paths to track: the ABC down into support around 11,600 and the direct move higher that breaks through 1283 and targets the 12,500 zone above. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there and become part of our trading team and make sure you love it before you ever spend a penny. Okay? We just started our education program, and as you can see on the screen, people are loving it. We have great reviews on it, and it teaches you how to do what I do exactly how I do it so that you can understand Elliott Wave Theory and use it to trade better and make money in your portfolio. We have 2 incredible rooms. The first room is my Invest with Jacob room. In there, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions, my midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the count and what we're expecting, as well as the educational section that I just went over. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months. And we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you kind of have to see to fully understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms with us because we want to help everybody, all of you, make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're in a little bit of no man's land on the ES, okay? Our primary is going to be that we need one more push higher on negative divergence for a wave 5, but I don't love the pattern higher. The secondary path is that ABC lower toward 39.90 to 39.70. And ultimately, we do have the direct move higher, and a break over 40.90 would be an indication that we are directly in wave 3 headed towards 4,200. Over on the NASDAQ, it is a little bit cleaner. Okay, we do have a new high here, which is going to be labeled wave 1. So we have two basic paths that we're tracking. We got our new high here, and we'd look for an ABC pullback toward that 11,600 area into this support. Or we look for that direct move higher over the 12,083 level that would indicate we're on our way towards 12,500 sooner rather than later. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.